Hey guys, I am back with part 2. Let's alchemize the past. Let's leave it there. Let's take what we can take, which is the lessons, the wisdom. You can even take the memories. You don't have to just shove all the memories, but all the pain, the emotions, all that negativity that is conjured up when you think about some of these emotions. It's time to leave that up behind. It's time to detach from it, and it's time to just let that go. So there are two main things you're going to need to do, and two main things you're going to need while you're doing the two things. You are going to need to release what no longer serves. That is anything from beliefs to habits to actions I went over in the last video. And as well as you are going to need to forgive yourself and others. It'll be much easier once you release. And then while we're doing that, we're going to be embracing positivity and embodying flow. Any monitoring spirits, negativity, any interference, please be gone. I open up the channel to the divine, to source, to spirit, to nature. Let the channels be clear, untouched, uncorrupted. Because I had to realize, I said, let the channel be clear, uncorrupted. I am the channel. I am the bridge of energy. You know, some people are the channel of messages. I am the channeler of wisdom and of energy. So we are releasing what no longer serves us, right? So let's call upon the moon. What better to help us release than the moon? The moon has everything to do with the subconscious, the emotions, deep beliefs that we've had. So the moon is the perfect to unlock all of those deep and hidden beliefs, actions, viewpoints, emotions that we are hiding from ourselves, so that we can bring them up and so that we can release. So when you see this, focus on the energy of the full moon, of releasing. You know, full moons are very good for releasing. You can focus on the new moon or the full moon, whichever one comes to your intuition first. Let's unveil what's hidden. I'm going to use this moonstone to give you the energy of search, of unveiling, of unmasking, of uncovering, of learning, of discovering. 3, 2, 1, as I see now. 3, 3, 3. Let whatever come up, come up. Be gentle with yourself, be understanding. Validate yourself, validate your feelings, because you feel them for a reason, okay? You feel them for a reason, whether they need to leave, you know, and be released later on. That is not the point. The point right now is just to feel, to see, to notice, to validate. Hot. Sheesh, might have to take this off. 1 second. Sending you guys the energy of awareness so that you can be aware of your deepest habits, your deepest inclinations, your deepest thoughts. Those thoughts that happen almost automatically. Those thoughts you have when you're about to go to sleep or when you just wake up. Give you guys a thought, awareness of your emotions and of your beliefs. And as you guys set these intentions with me, the universe is gonna place experiences in 555. Just before I said that, the universe is gonna place experiences, wisdom, testimonies in your path to let you realize the emotions that maybe you're hiding. They're gonna put you in situations where emotions are, in your face, so you can realize it's all for your highest good. Now that those emotions came up, we are going to kind of break them up a little bit so that they are not able to settle back into your body. So now they have to be dealt with. They have to be released. So let's continue to release it, okay? I'm gonna pull it out. I'm not gonna take it. I'm just pulling it out into the atmosphere. I can pluck out the blockages. But remember, releasing happens in ways that look like, it happens in a lot of ways. It happens through sweating. It can happen through crying. It can happen through throwing up. So right now I'm kind of just spiritually kind of doing it. I'm trying to spiritually helping you, kind of giving you that lighthouse of knowing where to point, right? So your energy knows kind of what that release feels like, so that when it's time for you guys to do the bulk of it, when you're crying, you're releasing, it's going to be very effective. Let's say that. Instead of having to do my aim, instead of having maybe like a week where you're purging this sticky ass shit, maybe you got 3.5 days, or maybe instead of a week, maybe instead of 7 days, maybe it's 5 days. I can make it just a little bit quicker, help a little bit more. Nine 11. Deep breaths. So next up, I am going to be sending you guys the energy of positivity. That is something that you're really going to have to embrace now that you've released what you've no longer released. As I said in the video, be careful not to pick them back up. Our ego, because our ego is trying to protect us, the ego is just relying on what it knows best. So the ego may even try tooth and nail to convince you of these things, of these beliefs that you no longer resonate with, that you have just released. So it's going to be important to embrace positivity, to keep a positive mindset, to keep affirming to yourself, to not give up on yourself. That even though you have these thoughts that are pestering you, that you know you've gotten past, but it just keeps coming up, or the universe, not even the universe, it's just your reality is trying to test you to see whether you're gonna, if the reality presents to you a lie, are you gonna take it as the truth? So if you tell yourself that you are abundant and you face a situation where you could possibly be in lack, are you going to take that for face value, or are you going to say, no, everything is working out in my favor, I am abundant? So that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you a lot of positivity, and you apply that however you need to. Apply that to affirmations, apply that in a way of resilience, apply that to your thoughts. I'm just giving you, your vessel, that potent energy of positivity, of the sun. Ow. Sorry, I thought I had one of those prickle bush things stuck in me. It hurt real bad. It's like, ouch. And this is rose quartz for self-love, forgiveness, acceptance. So it kind of brings us into our next one, which is forgiveness. Forgive yourself and forgive others. Okay, you don't need to be carrying the weight and the heaviness of what they did. You don't need to be carrying the weight and the heaviness of the contents of their heart. If they're hateful people, let them have that back. If they have done something wrong to you, let them live with it. Let them be haunted by what they've done. As long as you know Like, you are better for it. And that's why you just release that belief that it'll always be stuck to you, that it was something to harm you. If you can change that viewpoint, like, no, it was supposed to happen, and I was supposed to get through it, and I did get through it, and it made me better. It made me better. You can disconnect from that pain. You don't need to, you understand why, you know what, that's not mine to carry. That's for you to carry. That's for you to feel bad about. That's not for me to carry. 15-15, as I just said that. So let's forgive yourself and others. We're going to be using the crown chakra, which is all about compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. This is your higher consciousness chakra, your crown chakra. It connects you to your higher self. It connects you to those higher ideals. It connects you to those higher thinking concepts. It connects you to your guides, your ancestors, okay? It helps with spiritual egotism and spiritual psychosis, so you don't go too left or too right. You stay right in the middle, okay? So that once you do forgive people and others, and you see that you don't all of a sudden take a stance where you think you're better than them, that you see how we are one. And that's the best way to truly free yourself, is to not all of a sudden take a egoic viewpoint that really just breeds resentment and anger, and is really like a warped sense of our solar plexus chakra that really just says that we still feel violated. We still feel less than from what from the experiences they put us through. So this will help us to break that loop too, so you don't find yourself going back into that solar plexus, because the crown chakra. So you'll see a lot of people who participate in oppression, you'll notice they don't have empathy and compassion, which is why that they get so stuck in the solar plexus chakra of that twisted superiority complex. So don't get caught in the traps. I just gave you a beautiful way. Connect with the divine, connect with nature, get out. Especially when you're forgiving, get out in nature. Give it back to them in nature. And forgive yourself in nature. Yes, because forgiveness is a fluid energy. It's not rigid, it's a fluid energy. Those were 9 rings. Completion. We are done. We are done. We are done with the past. We are done. Now it's time to embrace flow. Embrace flow in your life. And that's kind of, I'm going to do a thing on flow too, but that's kind of what that, this last one was kind of like a nice flowing energy and forgiveness, but I'm going to make sure that I emphasize it. Make sure I send you guys the energy of flow. And sometimes detachment is involved in flowing. Detaching from the outcome. And trust and faith, knowing that everything is working out. And yes, that takes a level of positivity, and that is why positivity came first. Those levels is processes. You can do things out of order, but it's almost like prerequisites. Like in college courses, you need to take this, Algebra 1, before you can take Algebra 2 type thing. Or that's high school, but same thing. Same thing. Same thing as spirituality. You can't move on to alchemization if you don't know like simple protection or simple things about like numerology, or if you don't know about red is like sacral chakra, but it can also be for like protection, but it also can be for like it could be for for baneful magic. Same thing with black. Black is very protective. White is purity. Blue, everything. Blue is throat chakra, but if it's indigo, it can be for clarity. It's just all of these different things. North, south, east, west. Look up the different directions, like 2222, as I just said that. So maybe there's someone that needs to revisit the basics, that's wondering why they can't do certain advanced things in their life, why they're not able to manifest, when perhaps maybe they don't even understand like what is the significance with 3, 6, and 9. 3 is family, is the magic number. And that's not a thing. Like that's like what was that, Schoolhouse Rock? It's called the magic number for a reason. 369, manifestation. There's a lot with 369 far as like 9 ether, protons, electrons, neutrons, atoms, and you get into the 3 ether beings, the 6 ether being, the 9 ether beings. It's so much there, and there are literally multiples. 3 squared is 9. Just a bunch, right? So somebody needs to look into the basics. Someone needs to do their own research. I am all for doing my own research. Somebody out there is lazy. I'm so sorry. When I said that, the 2 birds just like, they were on the power line. They just flew off, and those are my confirmations. And when they flew past me, I also got the extra information that, yeah, somebody's lazy. I'm sending lots of love to you guys, but somebody is lazy. Somebody doesn't like to do their own research. And as long as you're like that, you can always be misled in a way. Yes, you can always like go off of intuition, like, oh, she has a good heart, that kind of, but you need to learn yourself. You can't cheat your way through progress. I think that's more so what Spirit is saying. You can't cheat your way through progress by just absorbing what other people have learned. You either have to go through things yourself, you have to study yourself, you have to apply it yourself. There's somebody here who likes to go to a bunch of different, bird just flew past me, that likes to go to a bunch of different Reiki masters, like to watch a bunch of different stuff to get a bunch of different help, but they don't like to do the work themselves. They like to watch really, really wise people and then pretend like that's their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like they memorize it, but they can't embody it because they don't truly know it. Somebody's out there, perhaps maybe is an imposter. Ooh, shit, spirit. Ooh, with the beeping. Ooh, there's an imposter watching me right now. Sorry, y'all, but I'm sorry. Matter of fact, fuck it, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I've gone a lot to fucking get to my authenticity and who the fuck I am. I'm not just faking the fucking funk. I'm living the fucking funk. Been through the fucking funk. Am the fucking funk. I'm not the fucking funk. I guess I would be if they faking it. Then I guess I would be a funk. Why I gotta be funk? The power. How about that one? God damn it. The ashe. The motherfucking shay. And ashe is just that is just the source energy that is within us all. So when you say ashe, that's why I like saying ashe, is I acknowledge the source in me. The source in me acknowledges the source in you. Wow. What the fuck, am I still recording? Oh, because I was giving y'all the message. Because I was like, yo, I'm okay. All right, y'all. Mwah.